You want a clap sync on my end? I'll give it to you. 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. All right. You don't need.
I don't know why I did it, sorry. Welcome back to TBH with JHB. My name is JHB Team, and today I have the lovely Anthony Padilla here with me.
Hello, thanks for having me on.
No problem. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's nice and cozy over here. How's the weather over there in your green box?
It's pretty good. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and you're basically just gonna respond with the answer.
Yeah, so it sounds like an interview kind of. Oh man, this is great. I get to just sit back and relax and let you take control. Control me, James. Tell me what you want. What do you want from me?
I want answers.
I'll give you answers. If that's all, I mean, that's pretty easy. I'll give you answers. This is a big phone for some little pants.
My first question, how's the weather up there?
It's about 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Do you understand the joke? So like
We're in different.
Like you know how like in the beginning of every episode you're like in the roof? So
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
How's the weather up there?
It's a little bit colder. Yeah, my favorite kind of jokes are the ones that need to be explained.
Okay.
So keep it up.
Everyone can see that you're remotely calling into the show, so we were just curious, why wouldn't you come in person?
I was afraid. I did not want to find out what would happen if I was in the same room as you.
It's actually really cool to talk to you today because I've been a longtime fan of you.
Ever since I was really young, I was really into Smosh.
Really?
Yeah, so just having the chance
You were like,
to
what,
talk to you.
3 years old when we made the channel?
You guys started November 2005, right?
Yes, yeah.
I was 3 years old.
Yes.
How did you come up with the idea to make Smosh?
It just kind of happened, and then we were like, oh,
Whose idea was it to come up with Food Battle?
that was pretty much a joint effort of what would be the worst idea that we could possibly ever make, and we actually were pitching it to MTV, and it was the worst idea ever. They didn't like it, and then we made it ourselves.
Do you like my shirt?
Let's kind of bring back traumatizing memories, but I do like it.
You can look at the face, you don't have to look at the shirt.
Okay, yeah.
When Defy Media bought Smosh, is it true they defied you at every turn?
The word bot is a pretty funny word in that context, if you know the
You said
full
bot?
story. They bought Smosh for stock value.
I thought you meant B-O-T Smosh. I'm like, what? I get it now. It's a good joke.
It's not a joke.
Okay, it's not a joke.
I don't mind if you say everything I say is a joke, because I feel that way sometimes.
After you left Smosh, you eventually started interviewing people, which is now as your hit series, I Spent a Day With. So tell me what led to that.
It was a sponsorship. How do I advertise this 360-degree camera? What if I interviewed flat earthers using a camera shaped like a globe?
The way you ask the questions, the way you transition, just it's inspiring.
I'm inspired by you.
You really? Do you have any advice for me? Or wait, do I have advice for him?
My advice would be to know what you're asking.
Do you follow me on Twitter?
Yes. I've seen enough of your episodes to know that I was gonna be asked that. I want to make sure I was prepared.
Thank you. So,
And because of my own free will, I wanted to.
why do you come out of the ceiling at the beginning of every episode? Does it like hurt?
Kind of helps me experience some of the worst pain in my life beforehand, and then going into it, all my anxieties reduce because I'm focusing on the pain.
There must have been like a lot of drywalls if you're just gonna get it in one take or not. What's your monthly ceiling budget? Now I'm wondering, do I even have a budget for my shows? We pay our guests, do we?
I don't think you pay your guests.
Okay, well,
just based on my own personal experience.
Can you say I was paid to, or nah, actually that's, no. You know what, don't say that. Just be like, I'm having a great time on the show.
I would need to be paid to come back on. Is that what you want me to say?
It's so cool that you get to meet people like Corpse Husband and Dream. How did you get them to come on your show?
I just asked them.
Do you think they would come on my show? Do you think you can get them on the show?
I'm gonna have to pull some strings, yeah.
I believe in you. You got this. It's hard nowadays, but I believe that you got the connections.
I'm just gonna send them this link and I won't have to say anything else, and they're gonna be like, please, I will drop everything in the same room with JHB.
Should I wear a mask like Corpse? Would that make me cooler?
I think it's proven that face masks, on average, make people more attractive.
My next question, it's pretty cool.
Sorry, I got kind of blown away by how hot this guy was on.
Oh my God, stop. It's pretty cool that we both interview people. I don't need advice, but if you had to give me advice, what would you say?
Did you just read that entire question off your phone? Send your guests some scandalous photos beforehand to break the ice.
That would just engage in an even more awkward conversation.
That's true, and you would probably get canceled.
Yeah.
So don't take my advice.
What is the best way to sit in a certain dominance over the guest? What did you say? Sorry, hold on. Oh, no.
It's all about posture. There's a string attached to the top of your head, getting pulled up, bam.
In most of my episodes, I kind of have my neck down like this with my shoulders up high.
Yeah, I think people might not think that you're very confident.
I'm too focused in the conversation. I'm too engaged, so I'm not really paying attention to what I'm
Right.
doing. That's what it is.
This is super engaging.
I mean, I'm really engaged in this conversation.
This is the most engaging conversation I've ever had.
Are you having a good time in this conversation?
Yes, and my favorite conversation, the time that I have the most best time is whenever I'm asked if I'm having a good time, because then I'm aware that I'm having a good time. So thank you for that.
I'm thinking about how watching you guys many years ago, I would have never imagined to be like having a conversation with you. So just that deep thought is really, it's cool to me.
I thought you said you were present in the conversation. Here you are thinking about the past.
I was having a deep emotional thought. I thought that's what we were going for.
Okay, let's deeply connect here.
So you know how we can stay connected forever?
Yes.
One of the reasons, or one of the ways I think we can connect is with these Higround keyboards, which...
What makes that?
Sorry. Oh,
I'm getting a keyboard?
you're getting a keyboard for coming on the show. See, it's not that bad after all.
Sell me on the keyboard. What makes it so good?
So the moment I started using this keyboard, I actually became a Radiant in Valorant. Instantly got a girlfriend, higher rank than Nate Shot. I put a photo of me and this keyboard in my Tinder profile, and I got a lot of DMs. I brought this keyboard home to my mom. I bring this keyboard with me on dates because it makes me 3 inches taller. How, you ask? I'll never tell. It's a 65% keyboard, which means it has dedicated arrow keys. It's hot swappable, so you can change your switches in the keyboard. This board comes stocked with Kale Box Red switches. Kale Box Red switches, Kale Box Red switches, Kale Box Red switches. Aluminum plate and nice damping sound for honky sound.
Oh my god.
Honky. I forgot the words, I'll be honest. I think it's just like this so.
Hide your face and shame.
I'm nervous. It's dropping February 18th, which is today at 12 p.m. PST. Go to highground.co/early access to get access to the website 15 minutes before it drops. The link is in the description. The thing I really like about this mouse pad is that like you can put your mouse on it. It's white.
Is that not a yoga mat?
No, it's a mouse pad. So now we're gonna transition to the part of the show where you ask me the questions.
Okay.
So, you know, us both being interviewers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to that in a second.
I did not want to find out what would happen if I was in the same room as you.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. Like, most of the guests actually have a pretty good time.
Really? I haven't seen any reviews about their experiences. I assume that you paid them off and
No.
NDAs.
I mean, I have the money, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I had no question you had the money.